How you doing, YouTube? Mountain Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. And it is IPA time in the form of Lost Rhino Brewing's Faceplant IPA. My buddy Harry, I've mentioned on here a couple times, actually did a couple reviews of them not too long ago, so hopefully those get up before this one does, so you know who I'm talking about. He travels quite a bit for his job, and he was down in the Virginia, North Carolina area and came back with some beers for me, and this is one of them. Know nothing about it, never heard of the brewery, never had anything from them, so let's dive into what we have. As far as what it says on the can itself, Lost Rhino Brewing Company, Faceplant IPA, India Pale Ale, 6.2% alcohol by volume. A little story on the side here. A flavor of whole cone Cascade and Centennial hops dominates this American Indian Pale Ale. The underfiltered amber ale has a penetrating herbal mouthfeel and a pleasing floral nose backed by pale Vienna and crystal malts. The use of hopback allows us to collect all the flavor and aroma of the hops without gathering any extra bitterness. So that be that. Did I say ABV on it? Yeah, 6.2. That'd be that. Label-wise, it's cool. It's just some dude on a bike kind of faceplant. It's alright. Don't hate it, but at the same time, I'm not a huge fan, so. But it's all about what's inside, so let's see what this sucker has to offer. Yes, Lost Rhino Brewing. I know one rhino in beer, and it's not Lost Rhino. Well, he might be lost because he can't see half the time, but anyway, let's see. I love you, Chad. Anyway, pinky, not pinky, two pinkies, almost, maybe a pinky and a half. Kind of like a weird kind of south of khaki colored head. It's got this kind of like bizarro tannishness to it, clinging to the edges like crazy. Nice creamy top to it, and neurotically deep view bubbles. I call them deep view because that is what makes sense in my brain right now at the moment. You can actually see pretty damn deep in the head itself. It's got a really nice haze to it. A super particulate haze to it. You're not going to be able to pick it up on camera. But the actual, there's bits and pieces of stuff floating around in there. I actually really like the fact that there's bits and pieces floating around in there. So yeah, she looks super funky hazy, let's put it that way. She looks pretty damn nice. So let's see what she has in her nose. A little bit of fruit from there. Well, I'm definitely getting a sweet malt base there. A heaping of, what would they say, Vienna, pale malt, and crystal. I'm getting a subtle honeyness there, a nice sweetness, almost pseudo-caramelness from the malt there. Not necessarily the first thing you want to get when you're talking about an IPA, but that's what I'm getting. There's a fruitiness there. It's like a generic melon kind of fruitiness. Really not much bittering at all. Yeah, it's all about that sweet malts in this. Do they have a date on the can? They do. Maybe they don't. I don't think so. Actually, read this fucking thing. No, it doesn't look like. You would assume they're stamped about the can. There'd be a date, but I don't see any kind of discernible date on there. Nothing up top. But yeah, she smells really malty. Nondescript melon. A little bit of honey, a little bit of caramel going on. That's pretty much it. So, she smells like an IPA, not so much. She smells kind of like a mini old ale. That's what I'm getting on there. So, she looks really cool. She actually smells pretty tasty, but not in the style that she's portrayed to be. Let's see what she tastes like. Cheers. Pretty much what I got in the nose, I'm getting in the mouth. I'm getting that rich malt, caramel, a little bit of honey going on. Maybe a little bit of it's like very old ale-ish, almost like a pseudo ESB kind of vibe going on. You're getting a hot presence there, subtle bittering, getting that herbal kind of tea vibes off of it too. And you get a nondescript kind of fruitiness, like I said, like a melony kind of vibe, kind of like your honeydew filler whenever you do kind of like fruit salads and stuff like that. But that's pretty much it. I actually like it for what it is. Is it an IPA? Fuck no. But in general, it's a tasty beer. It's a tasty beer. I dig it. I enjoy it. But it's definitely not an IPA. Unless it's really old. I can't tell off the bottom of this can here, but if this is old, then it's got to be very old. So let's talk about it. Is it one of the better IPAs I've had as of late? No. It's just, it's not an IPA. It's a nice little beer, 6.2%. What is it? Yep, 0.2%. Second guess myself all throughout this one. I dig it in a way that it's kind of cool, in a way that it's tasty, but not an IPA. So, would I buy it again? I don't know. I would definitely buy it again, actually. At least to have one more time if I knew it was super fresh, to kind of see if there's any kind of difference for me. But yeah, price point and all that whole nine, can't speak to that as it was given to me. And just say this, if you like what way like this in its current iteration, if they want to, was it Lost Rhino? Yeah, Lost Rhino wants to reach out and give me some kind of like deciphering for this code on here. I can kind of gauge better on this, but assuming it's relatively fresh, if you like what we like this, if you like ESBs but you don't want them as bitter, if you like old ales but you want them smaller in ABV and something along that kind of lines, you'll like this. But if you're looking at a traditional kind of like IPA style beer, then it's just really not going to do it for you. But at the same time, I don't mind it. It's kind of like, it reminds me of a much smaller version of Thomas Creek's Up the Creek Extreme IPA. That is not an extreme IPA. It's almost like a subtly hopped, super English barley wine. So it's kind of got those kind of vibes going on. So it's a beer that most people won't like because they're buying it based off name. But if somebody that does like malt forward kind of English old ale, barley wine stuff, and want something sessionable, then this will definitely tickle your fancy. So there you go, another review of the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. If you did or you didn't or somewhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below and like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. If you want to check us out anywhere else on the internet, you can. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tapped, Massive Beers, and all four of those places. Yeah, another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully I'm drinking a nice beer right now, and hopefully see you next time. Cheers.